Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a Hollyoaks fan, you do not want to miss this. Next week's episodes are packed with jaw-dropping moments that will leave you on the edge of your seat. We've got 8 massive spoilers coming your way, including drama at Sienna and Ethan's wedding, Grace making a risky move, and Abe trying to win over Leela. You know it's going to be wild. But before we dive into all the juicy details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest Hollyoaks updates and all things drama in the village. Now let's get into it. 1. Sienna gets ready for the wedding. Sienna's big day has finally arrived, and as you can imagine, the pressure is on. She's busy practicing her vows, trying to perfect every word, knowing how important this moment is for her. But things don't seem to be going as smoothly for Ethan. After a wild night at the stag do, he wakes up in the most unexpected place, the allotment. With the wedding looming, he's feeling overwhelmed and far from ready to walk down the aisle. Thankfully, Maxine steps in to give him the push he needs, helping him pull himself together in time for the ceremony. Meanwhile, Sienna has a sweet request for Jez, asking him to walk her down the aisle. And though she jokes about him ditching his usual dungarees for something more formal, it's clear that she genuinely wants him by her side for this big moment. Jez, touched by her request, agrees, showing just how much their bond means to both of them. As the wedding edges closer, all eyes are on Sienna and Ethan, but with so many emotions in the air, you just know something big is going to happen. 2. Vicki causes chaos. Vicki isn't ready to let Ethan go without a fight. She makes one last attempt to stop the wedding, reminding Ethan of the connection they once had. In a heartfelt moment, she pleads with him to reconsider, telling him their past is too significant to ignore and that they deserve another shot at being together. It's clear she's not over him, and she's hoping he feels the same, asking him to think twice before making a commitment that might not be what he truly wants. With emotions running high, Ethan is left to face some difficult choices. 3. Ethan makes a vow. Ethan doesn't listen to Vicki and decides to go through with the wedding. At the altar, he breaks down while reading his moving vows to Sienna. Everyone is in high spirits as the couple leave the venue, and John Paul catches the bouquet, which Jez has made. 4. Grace takes a risk. Grace finds herself in a seriously tough spot when Mercedes backs her into a corner, pressuring her to get drugs illegally for both Lexi and herself. It's all part of a bigger scheme by Mercedes, who's using her leverage against Grace, threatening to spill the beans to Freddie about Curtis pushing Lexi. The stakes are high, and Grace, feeling like she's got no other option, goes along with the plan even though she knows it's wrong. But just as Grace is about to go through with it, Rex catches her in the act. He doesn't let it slide either, warning her to back off and drop whatever shady business she's caught up in. Rex quickly picks up that Mercedes has something hanging over Grace, and while he's not thrilled about it, he's concerned about what's really going on behind the scenes. He's no fool, and it's obvious to him that Grace is being manipulated. Grace, desperate to keep everything from blowing up in her face, begs Rex not to breathe a word of this to Freddie. She knows that if Freddie finds out, it could all come crashing down, and she's not ready to face those consequences. Rex is left in a tricky situation, torn between wanting to protect Grace and doing what he knows is right. It's clear that things are spiraling out of control, and everyone's secrets are dangerously close to being exposed. 5. Sienna and Ethan's past is revealed. There is a fallout among the wedding guests, and Sienna and Vicki clash. Frankie advises Vicki to see a counselor and wants her to promise that she won't keep any more secrets. While Sienna is seen acting oddly, Maxine finds a video from Christmas that shows Ethan filming Sienna crafting. In a flashback, viewers see a part of the missing year that reveals a lot about Sienna and Ethan's relationship. What will we find out? 6. Robbie and Vicki get closer. Vicki is really trying to patch things up with Robbie, but he's not exactly jumping at the idea of rekindling their relationship. It's clear that whatever they had is still a bit raw for Robbie, and he's not ready to go back down that road. Even so, Robbie shows a little compassion by letting Vicki crash on the sofa for the night. It's not much, but it's a small step forward, and sometimes that's all you need to start healing. Later, they get a chance to talk things out on the city walls, and it's a much-needed moment of honesty between the two. Robbie might have his guard up, but you can tell he's starting to understand what Vicki's been through. He's not making any promises, but showing empathy is a big deal in these kinds of situations. They're both facing their own struggles, and this open conversation is a huge move toward clearing the air. It's a reminder that not every situation has an easy fix, but being open and listening can make all the difference. Who knows where this will lead, but it's a good start for Vicki and Robbie to at least find some peace, even if it's not the outcome Vicki hoped for. Keep pushing through those tough moments because even small victories can lead to bigger changes down the road. 7. Abe Faces Backlash. Perry and Abe come back from their mini break, only to be thrown right into the chaos that followed Sienna and Ethan's wedding. Things aren't exactly calm, and it's clear that tensions are running high, especially for Leela, who's already feeling on edge. On top of everything, Joel is focused on preparing for the arrival of their new baby, which is adding to the pressure in the household. With so much happening all at once, it's no surprise that Leela's nerves are getting the best of her. Leela's anxiety isn't just about the wedding fallout or the baby, though. She's also not entirely comfortable with Perry and Abe's relationship, and their sudden return only heightens her concerns. It leads to her confronting Perry, questioning whether Abe is really the right person for her. Leela's protective instincts as a mother are in full swing, and she's not ready to let her guard down just yet, despite Perry's efforts to reassure her. Perry, on the other hand, is hoping for the best. She believes Abe can win both Leela and Joel over, and she decides that a family dinner is the perfect opportunity to make that happen. As they all sit down for a meal, the atmosphere begins to shift, and it seems like Abe might actually be making a good impression. Leela, who was so against the relationship at first, is starting to soften a bit, and things appear to be heading in a positive direction. But even though the dinner seems to be going well, it's still unclear whether Leela has fully changed her mind. While she may be warming up to Abe, it's obvious that she's still cautious, and only time will tell if she's truly accepted him into the family. For now, though, Perry can breathe a little easier, knowing that the evening didn't end in disaster and that maybe, just maybe, things are starting to turn around. 8. Robbie strikes a deal. At the loft, Vicki is clearly shaken as she approaches Robbie, seeking his protection. She's feeling vulnerable and anxious, though it's not entirely clear what's causing her to be so on edge. While she's reaching out to Robbie for help, it leaves you wondering whether she's worried about Sienna or if there's someone else lurking in the background that's making her feel unsafe. Either way, Vicki's looking for support from someone she trusts, and Robbie seems to be the one she's counting on. Meanwhile, Robbie finds himself involved in some shady business, striking a deal that's bound to shake things up in the village. He's always been one to walk the fine line between right and wrong, but this deal seems particularly risky, with the potential to have serious fallout for someone else in the community. Robbie's motives are murky, and it's not immediately clear what he's trying to cover up or who might get caught in the crossfire. The consequences are sure to ripple through the village, leaving everyone wondering what Robbie's up to this time. As the week unfolds, all eyes will be on Robbie and how this deal plays out. With Vicki already looking to him for protection and now this secretive arrangement, it's obvious that Robbie's decisions are going to impact more than just his own life. The big question is, what is Robbie hiding, and how long can he keep it under wraps before everything unravels? That's all the explosive drama coming your way next week in Hollyoaks. It's going to be full of twists, turns, and surprises that you won't want to miss. From shocking wedding moments to secret deals with huge consequences, the village is about to get shaken up in ways you won't believe. If you're as hooked on the drama as we are, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest updates. We'll be back with more spoilers, gossip, and behind-the-scenes scoop to keep you up to date with all things Hollyoaks. See you next time.